Hello there. So it's taken me a while to eventually get around to this. You know, stuff's been going on. I've been trying to get certain projects sorted that have not been going well. Now I've got a chance. Let's finally have a video about the trailer for MK Legends Snowblind. If you want to follow the saga thus far, we have the video on the initial leak of the cover and the existence of the movie itself and me theorising about what it could be. And then this follow-up video once IGN put out the synopsis and some of the cast, and I went over that and realised that I'd been giving the film way too much credit. And that video has done better so far in terms of views, so I can't tell if that's because I'm a girl in the thumbnail or if it's because I'm angry in the video, and the title makes that clear. But what we want to do here is react to the trailer that dropped a few days ago. And I'm going to do it in costume because people like when I do my silly little B-Tech MK cosplays. I'm going to be showing off a brand new one for this blind viewing of the trailer. Because, I mean, the film's about Kenshi, so it makes sense to have a cosplay of Kenshi.
Oh, I get it, because I'm blind.
Technically, this is MKX older post-time skip Kenshi with the beard. This film doesn't have that because he's younger. He's basically younger than presumably we've ever seen him before. In terms of age, this would probably be closer into the game canon to the age he was when he teamed up with Shujinko around the time of MK1 in Deception's Conquest mode. So let's get this show on the road.
Once upon a time, you all lived together. Then the wars
Pretend I had the headphones on the whole time. So this is our new Kano. He sounds very different from the first film. But he's got to have some personality, unlike the last version, so that's good. And it is weird to have him as like the major antagonist, you know, Kano. And then we get a little glimpse of Shang Tsung, one like the two returning actors from previous films. And he's like, yeah, Kano. There's Kenshi being blinded, of course. And his sword talks to him. The sword or his ancestors, or both. And there's Ron Ewan as Sub-Zero. You know, MK11 Scorpion, but now he's playing Sub-Zero. Which is an oddity, but sure.
To live, not to die. To be the best warrior. Take your stance.
It's kind of weird for Sub-Zero to teach Kenji how to get by blind. That's a really weird development.
This is my fight. Your souls are mine.
Yeah, your souls are mine. Take all the ancestor souls. And some big tough dude.
You want a challenge? Good.
Yeah, it does like Shang will be a major player, which was something I was a little unsure about from the synopsis.
Against those with power, no one stands a chance.
Is it just me, or is it getting a little bit nippy out here?
Haha, cold. Because Sub-Zero's on his way.
And there is nothing you can do to stop him.
It's kind of funny. I was like, yeah, this is the film about Kenshi, and then the trailer ends on Sub-Zero's going to show up and kick everyone's asses. Not Kenshi. Kenshi's going to not do that, even though he's the main character, theoretically. So yeah, the new Kano sounds pretty good. We've got the same Shang Tsung. He was fine in the previous two films, so he's doing the same in this film. That's good. There's not really much else to say about the voice. I mean, obviously, like, we're going to have this... I think it is a weird choice to have Mentor Sub-Zero be played by the same guy who played Mentor Scorpion in MK11. It's a bit of an oddity, because it's the same type of character, and yeah, it's funny to have a guy play Scorpion go on to play Sub-Zero, but because the personalities are so similar, it's just going to feel like the same character. It will be amusing when Scorpion shows up. I'm not sure if Scorpion's been confirmed for the film, but Patrick Seitz has, so, you know, obviously he's going to be playing Scorpion. It'll be kind of funny to have Scorpion opposite Sub-Zero, where they're played by the two most recent voice actors for Scorpion from the games, and are kind of written the way they were in the games, to varying degrees. So that'll be fun. The plot, it still seems kind of dumb, but I guess we'll see where it goes. And as for the visuals, it's an avant-garde decision to have an animated movie where it's all black the whole way through. I don't know how the fight scenes are going to be communicated that way, but having a film from the point of view of a blind character where you can't see anything. I mean, I know it didn't really work out for The Quiet Man, where it's like a guy who's deaf, so you can't hear what's being said. But I do think that this is an interesting direction to go into depicting the struggles of a blind man and the frustrations that can be felt by blind people by having the audience not be able to see anything. That's a really interesting decision. I don't know if it's going to pay off for them. Hopefully it will. Hopefully they will be able to make this film a success and try other such interesting things in the future. Like maybe we'll have a prequel about Kano, that he lost his eye but that not got his metal eye yet, and so half the screen is black. That could be an interesting direction to go for a future film. I don't know where else you could go with something like that, but I'm sure they could find a way. I mean, clearly there are some people with really interesting ideas on board to come up with this idea of the story of the blind man that makes the audience blind too. So I'm sure whoever came up with that brilliant idea can probably figure this out. But it seems an interesting idea. I guess we'll have to see how well they can pull it off, especially since they're not trying to cram in 800 bazillion game plot lines into 1 hour and 20-minute movie like they were last time. But one thing I will say is it bugged me when the second film came out and didn't have a special edition with a little like Liu Kang figure to go with the one they did of Scorpion for the first film. And the fact that it's happening again, we're not getting a Kenshi or Sub-Zero figure, it's just ridiculous. Like, why is it... I mean, I made a video about this kind of thing where it's like, Scorpion gets everything, no one else gets anything. It's about time the series started showing some respect to characters. I mean, think about this. We've never had any Kenshi merchandise, ever. Where's our little Kenshi figure with his little sword going... like, yeah, I'm going to get you, Shang Tsung, you bitch. And I guess it's nice just to have this story actually acknowledge that Kenshi's after Shang Tsung. The only acknowledgement it got in the current timeline was in his ending in MK9, and that weren't canon. In fact, Kenshi's never even interacted with Shang Tsung canonically. Oh my god. This is a first. This film has a first. A canonical, technically, by virtue of being canonical to this continuity, encounter between Kenshi and Shang Tsung. Other than the backstory, obviously, you get the idea. But yeah, this film has a first for the franchise. That's crazy.